What up, baby? I told you this was a two-part series. I'm back with part two of my NBA playoff preview. I gave you the Western Conference preview. Now I'm giving you the Eastern Conference preview to see who's going to match up with the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA Finals. We're going to get right into it right now. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Chicago Bulls. Cleveland Cavaliers, thank you. I got them in 4 games. I don't think Chicago's going to win one. I don't think LeBron's going to let that happen. He's the best player on the world, and they will not lose a game in the first round. If they do, it'll only be one. Cleveland Cavaliers, I got them in 4. I'm going to say right now, clean sweep the Chicago Bulls. I don't think they got the horses to match up. In the 4-5 matchup, we got Boston and Miami. And you know what? A lot of people are saying Boston is flying under the radar. They've got the cagey veterans. They've got the experience. I don't see it. I don't see them mustering another playoff run. In this particular series, I think they'll win this series probably in 6 or 7. If Miami had one more player, or if Michael Beasley just really goes crazy in this series, I think it could be a totally different story, but I wouldn't put my money on that. Dwayne Wade's going to be ridiculous, but you can't count on anybody else in that Miami lineup. So I got Boston winning this one in 7, and I think I think this is their last hurrah. This is their last hurrah. This is going to be their last shining moment as a team, this series right here. I love KG, love Paul Pierce, love Ray Allen, but I don't think KG can move at all anymore. Somebody was talking to me a couple days ago about how intense he is and how he can elevate. Look, he's not a world beater anymore. He can be intense as he wants, but if he can't slide his feet, it doesn't matter. Okay, Paul Pierce is still relatively young. Ray Allen still does his thing. But you're coming off the bench, you got Nate Robinson, yeah, but he hasn't panned out the way I thought he would pan out. And then you got Rasheed Wallace, who has been done, stick a fork in him type done for the past 3 years. Rasheed Wallace hasn't cared for the past 3 years. I think that's going to be the Achilles heel, because they looked at him and being that P.J. Brown piece when they won the championship. Rasheed Wallace has been far from that. He's finished. He won't produce anything in the playoffs. I'm saying it right now. He's going to suck like he sucked for the past 2 or 3 years. So Boston, enjoy this this series win right here against Miami, because I think it might be your last this year. In the 3-6 matchup, we got Atlanta and Milwaukee. This is going to be a real good series. And Milwaukee, as good as Atlanta is, and I think Atlanta's really good, really good, like play with anybody in the league type good, Milwaukee has given them fits this year. Milwaukee has given them trouble. I saw 2 of the games. I think they played 4 times. I saw 2 of the games, and Milwaukee has been trouble for Atlanta. This is going to be a really competitive series. I think a lot of that might have to do with the fact that Andrew Bogut was playing so well, and with him being out with the dislocated elbow, that's really going to hurt Milwaukee. I don't see them even coming close to winning this series, because of that. Brandon Jennings is going to do his thing. John Salmons is going to put up buckets. Luke Rittenhouse off the bench is going to produce too. But I don't know if they're going to have the inside presence to beat a team like Atlanta, where Josh Smith and Al Horford are going to control the boards. They're going to score buckets inside. They're going to be flying all over the place on offensive boards. And of course, you got Joe Johnson absolutely going nuts. That's another thing. When I said that Milwaukee had trouble or gave trouble to Atlanta, I also neglected to mention the fact that they had no answer for Joe Johnson. In the 2 games that I saw, Joe Johnson ran wild on Milwaukee. He scored whenever he wanted to. They just got no matchup for him. I see him having a big series, a 28, 29, 30-point per game series in this series. He's going to be money. Orlando and Charlotte, the 2-7 matchup. Charlotte's a real trendy pick. People are really liking them. They really like what Larry Brown brings to the table as a coach. I like Steven Jackson. I like Raymond Felton, Gerald Wallace. Tyson Chandler got hurt last night. I don't know what he's going to be looking like. He should be playing, but he won't be at 100%. I just say Orlando is really good. People label Orlando as being soft or whatever, jump shooters. Like, they can be that. They're good. Regardless of what they are good. Dwight Howard is ridiculous. With limited touches, he still is going to give you about 18 to 20 points, 13 rebounds, 3 blocks a game. I'll take that. I'll take that. That is hands down the best center in the league. Vince Carter, you never know what he's going to give you, but if he gives you what he's capable of, this team could go back to the NBA Finals and win it this year. They're that good. They're that deep. J.J. Redick is producing. Jason Williams is doing great at the backup point role. Jameer Nelson is fully healthy. He's going to be ready to go for this playoffs. Rashard Lewis is going to be ready to go. You got Gortat and Brandon Bass coming off the bench, rebounding and getting some inside buckets. Ryan Anderson spreading the defense, hitting the threes, also going to work. This team is stacked. Stan Van Gundy's a great coach. He's going to have them ready. I think they'll beat Charlotte in 5 games. I think they'll beat Charlotte in 5 games. It's going to be. I think it's going to be a fairly competitive series, but I see them beating Charlotte in 5 games. And moving on to that second round. I don't think I said it before, but I got Atlanta beating Milwaukee in 6 games, by the way. In the second round, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers against the Boston Celtics. Boston, I don't want to say they have no shot, but LeBron has totally figured this team out. They can't stop him. If anybody watched that game a couple of Sundays ago when LeBron James kind of coasted through the game for about 3 quarters, Boston was up by 22, and then LeBron had something like 24 points in the 4th quarter and was completely unguardable in that 4th quarter when he decided to turn it on. That's exactly how this series is going to go. I see LeBron averaging about 31 points a game for this series. I see them beating Boston in 5 games. And while they're going to be physical, maybe entertaining to watch, I think these two teams really don't like each other. That's why I want to see this, and I think we will see that bad blood coming through with KG talking his mess all throughout the series. I think LeBron is going to be too much. Cleveland in 5. Boston's run is done. This is their last hurrah. It's over. In the other second round matchup, we got Orlando and Atlanta. This is going to be one hell of a series. However, Orlando has pretty much owned Atlanta this year. I think Atlanta got one victory a couple weeks ago where Josh Smith slam dunked Miss Joe Johnson buzzer beater to win it, and that was their one win for this year. But every other game, Orlando smacked them around. I don't think the playoffs will necessarily go like that. I think Atlanta will be up to the challenge, but Orlando is just better. Orlando's a better team. Like I told you before, that's how I feel about Orlando. They can go back and win an NBA Finals this year. I got Orlando winning this one in 7, though. This is going to go all the way down to the wire, with Orlando winning fairly easily in that game 7. But it's going to go 7 games. I think it's going to be a great series. In the Eastern Conference Finals, Cleveland and Orlando. These are the 2 best teams in basketball, in my opinion. All apologies to Lakers fans. I'm keeping it real right now. Cleveland and Orlando are the 2 best teams in all of basketball. They don't like each other. Shaq and Dwight Howard are going to be going at it. LeBron James and Matt Barnes are going to be going at it. Mo Williams and Jameer Nelson are going to be going at it. This is going to be a heavyweight matchup for sure. I see Cleveland finally getting tested for the first time this year. And last year, one of the key things about that matchup with Cleveland and Orlando is LeBron did his thing, but Mo Williams is nowhere to be found. And number 2, Orlando had a unique thing where they had 2 6'10" players with Rashard Lewis and Hedo Turkoglu being able to perform on the perimeter. They do lose Hedo now, so that's going to take a little bit of that uniqueness away, which means that one big man can match up against Rashard Lewis and try to take him out of the game for the most part. And then you got somebody like, Anthony Parker that'll guard Vince Carter or anything else like that. I think Dwight Howard's going to have a phenomenal series. I think the stars are going to rise in this series. Vince, LeBron, Dwight Howard. I think Mo Williams is going to have a great series. Antoine Jameson. This is going to be a heavyweight battle, but at the end of the day, I got Cleveland prevailing in 7 over Orlando, getting their revenge from last year's Eastern Conference Finals, winning it all. That's the Eastern Conference right there. You got David Stern's dream matchup for the NBA Finals, Cleveland, LA, in the NBA Finals. I'm going to have to give you a full prediction on that a little later for Cleveland, LA, in the NBA Finals. Check me out all throughout the playoffs. I'm going to be here with Icecold Corner giving y'all that real. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm out. 100.